What's up, YouTube? Tim is here. Now, 2024 saw lots of really decent supporting actors given really standout performances. So here are my official top 10 favorite male supporting performances of 2024. All right, coming in at number 10 is probably one that not many people even probably would suggest should be in their list, but my number 10 pick is the late actor Richard Roundtree. Now, Richard Roundtree, you might know from from the TV show you know of course from the movie Shaft from the 1980s or 70s, I believe. And obviously he's been in like, the recent Shaft movies. He was on that show Family Reunion on Netflix. Richard Roundtree is he was always a cool actor, and you know, sadly, this was actually his last film he did before he passed away. Now, Delma, if you guys know, it is of course Jude Squibb's movie, but there are some other decent supporting players, like the one who plays her grandson, Fred Heshinger. He was really good. Clark Gregg, but another standout was the late great Richard Roundtree, who actually plays uh, Jude Squibb's friend, who ends up going pretty much going on a trip with her to retrieve what was stolen for her after Jude Squibb's character was scamming out millions and stuff. And Richard actually really plays his part very well. He does have some decent emotion moments. He has some decent fun, like hilarious moments. His chemistry with Jude Squibb was great. It's such a shame Richard Roundtree is not really getting a Holly Annie award buzz, because he was actually pretty solid in this. If you guys haven't seen Delma again, definitely give Delma a go. All right, number 9 is, even though his role was a little small, I really quite liked his monologue. Number 9 is J.O. Sanders for his Three Daughters. Now, J.O. Sanders is an actor who's been in the acting business for years. Oh, let me post some of his credits. J.O. Sanders has been in stuff like Bardo, Catfight, uh, you know, Green Lantern and stuff. But he actually didn't have too much of a part here. Here, he plays the father of the three women, and of course, he is dying here, and he actually doesn't really show up until like towards the end of the film, and he gives a really decent monologue, which his monologue towards the end I thought was enough to possibly get him some Oscar love, but sadly that didn't happen. I mean, he was really solid in his part. Like, sadly, his character, again, doesn't really show up till towards the end. But it is where, like, if you guys don't know much about his three daughters, it's where like three sisters come back to care for their ailing father who is dying, and J.L. Sanders, again, plays the father, and he comes out like towards the end. He really does a great job here, given his emotional speech here, and yeah, definitely a really solid little role here there. All right, number 8. This one, of course, just got an Oscar nomination, and that is Yara Bartasov for Enora. Now, I expected like Mikey Madison to be great, and I did not expect the other supporting players should be as good. Like the one who plays who plays the male lead in this, Mark. I can never pronounce his last name too well. Mark Aldershire, I think his name is. He was pretty good. The one who plays like his father in this was pretty good too. But Yara Borisov, who plays Ego, who's this Russian henchman, who's hired by Taurus to look after Yana. He was really solid. It's like he definitely had some scene stealing moments here. His little moment with Mikey Madison was pretty good. I really quite enjoyed him a lot in this, and I hope to see him in more stuff in the future, because he was really solid in this film. I mean, this I don't think he's ever done anything beforehand, but yeah, he was. I mean, after seeing this, I really do hope he does more films in the future. All right, number 7 is Guy Pearce for The Brutalist. I thought Guy Pearce in this was excellent. Of course, he plays Harrison Lee Van Bruin, who's this wealthy industrialist who becomes Lezo's appointed client. And Guy Pearce, by the way, in this was despicable. He was great in it, don't get me wrong, but he does a little something to Adrian Brody in this, which is I admit, very hard to watch. But Guy Pearce, pretty much like I guess say plays the villain in this, if you will. And man, Guy Pearce really, I think this is like the best that Guy Pearce has been in seriously years. Like I can't remember the last time Guy Pearce gave a really solid performance like in this, and he was pretty good in it. All right. Number six is Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing. Now, like Ybarra, this is actually Clarence's acting debut, and actually plays himself in this film, and he does a really decent job. Of course, he plays like one of the inmates. You know, one of Coleman Domingo's characters inmates here, and his chemistry with Coleman Domingo was really solid. Like majority of the actors, other than Coleman Domingo and Paul Racy, are actually real life inmates, which I thought that was really cool to see. But Clarence Macklin, I mean, I do hope he does more stuff in the future, like more acting gigs, because he was really terrific in this. Really plays his part very well. I mean, he plays himself, so it's not hard to play yourself, But I don't know. Maybe that's one reason why he did not really get an Oscar nomination. Maybe the fact he plays himself. I mean, maybe that. I don't know. I guess the Oscars barely nominate people who play themselves. But anyway, all right. Number five, I'm of course going with Denzel Washington for Gladiator 2. Now, Denzel, of course, plays the main villain, Martinez, here. And Denzel, like, it's not his best performance of all time. It's nowhere near as good as, let's say, Malcolm X, or let's say, Training Day, or anything like that. But it's still great. I mean, you don't really see Denzel playing the bad guy, and really cool seeing him play the bad guy here. I mean, he was really fierce and stuff. Stuff he does in this is very interesting. See, and yeah, I mean, a lot of people say that Denzel phoned it in and all, but I didn't see it that way. I still thought he was amazing in this. All right. Coming in at number four is Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Now, of course, he plays Roy Cohen. Of course, he pretty much played like Donald Trump's attorney in this. And while Sebastian Stan was great, I feel like Jeremy Strong was also excellent in this. I mean, this movie probably wouldn't work if Jeremy Strong wasn't all that good in this, and he was excellent here. He really plays his part very well. His chemistry with Sebastian Stan's Donald Trump was great. I mean, I thought it was a really decent role, and hopefully he'll get some more Oscar consideration in the future. And I wouldn't mind seeing him win for this because he was really excellent here. All right. Number three is Austin Butler for Dune Part 2. Now, of course, he plays the villain here, Fudd Rafa, who's like Baron's, youngest nephew. And, Austin Butler, I feel like this could easily have been like his Heath Ledger as Joker moment. You know how like Heath Ledger got an Oscar nomination for playing Joker, for playing Joker in The Dark Knight. I think there could have been an opportunity that Austin Butler could have got some award recognition. People said that maybe Harvey Bardem should have got one, but in my opinion, I think Austin Butler deserved one, like deserved the nomination because he for one he was super unrecognizable here. He was literally scary throughout. He was very fierce. I mean, yeah, talk about a great performance in this. And Austin Butler, I feel like he is going to have an Oscar on his matchup in the future. I mean, he probably could have won from maybe Elvis, but hey, Brendan Fraser was still excellent, so there's that. But yeah, I mean, Butler is definitely amazing. All right, number two is another scary performance here, and that is Nicolas Cage in Long Legs. Now, here, of course, he plays the Long Legs serial killer, whose real name is Dale Coppa, and this is probably one of his best performances given in years. Like, it's so really creepy, very unrecognizable. I mean, really cool that they didn't really show Nicolas Cage's Long Legs character until people saw the movie, which I thought that was perfect there. He really does such a great job here. So creepy throughout. I mean, it shows how great Nicolas Cage is, and yeah, Long Legs is a really excellent little horror film. And my number one favorite male supporting performance of the year is Kieran Culkin for Real Pain. Kieran Culkin was excellent in this. He definitely had some funny moments, some heartfelt moments. His chemistry with Jesse Eisenberg was great. You can also buy them as cousins perfectly. I mean, I just thought he was excellent here. And Karen Culkin, by the way, obviously a second actor from Succession in this list, but still shows how great the Succession boys are. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Karen Culkin will win his Oscar for A Real Pain, but we'll see. All right, that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, Richard Roundtree for Delma. 9, J.O. Sanders for His Three Daughters. 8, Ybarra for Honora. 7, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist. 6, Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing. 5, Denzel Washington for Gladiator 2. 4, Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. 3, Austin Butler for Dune Part 2. 2, Nicolas Cage for Long Legs. And number 1, Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain. Now, there's some other ones I probably could have added too. Let me see. Best supporting actor. Sam Jackson in Piano Lesson was pretty decent. Woody Harrelson in Suncoast. Uh, Another late actor, Lance Reddick for Shirley was pretty good. William Dafoe in both Kinds of Kindness and Nosferatu. Adam Pearson in A Different Man. Even though Joker for Lady the Oaks was not a good film, Leah Gill, who played the little guy Gary in this, he actually did had one of the better performances in my opinion. Oh, Stanley Tucci and John Lithgow for Conclave. So, some really amazing performances here. Chiwetel Ejiofor for Raw Peace. Dave Bautista for The Last Showgirl is pretty good. I mean, some really decent ones. But let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite male supporting performances of 2024? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Tim Simon.